Thank you for staying with us. If you're throwing yourself a barbecue this weekend, we have an option that make a change from the regular beef burger.
Yes, Tara Walker from East Coast Cookery School joins us this morning. Good morning, Tara.
Good morning, Tara.
Good morning, folks.
Great to see you.
Good morning, and you.
Dressed for the summer. If we do get the sunshine.
Very summery, look.
I'm ready for a barbecue.
Yeah, this is what we're going to make on the barbecue. As
Yes.
Simon said, change up the traditional beef burger.
Yeah, exactly. Well, what happened for me actually was last year in the first lockdown, we were barbecuing the whole time.
Yeah.
And I found that I was having lots of like sausages and beef burgers and things that were a bit processed or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was playing around with a few different recipes, and I decided to do a nice little healthy chicken burger, but it's based on a kind of the Golden Arches chicken burger, if you see what I mean, but a homemade version of it.
So this is TFC.
This is exactly.
Boom. Tara.
You can have that one for free.
Tara fried chicken,
So
I
we're
like
doing
it.
a fillet of chicken.
A fillet of
Great.
chicken, yeah, and we're going to marinate it first of all. So I just have some ketchup and some soy, and you don't need to marinate it for too long. A couple of hours would do perfectly fine.
Okay.
It nearly gets a bit too strong if you marinate it for too long, you know. And then I have some soy sauce and then a nice little fresh squeeze of orange in there, just to give a little bit of, just to kind of elevate, give a little bit of tang, I suppose. So if you think of a chicken fillet burger, you need that little bit of tang in there, you know.
Sweetness, that'd be lovely.
Exactly, a little bit of sweetness. So it's super simple, the little marinade, that's it there. And then a couple
I think the Zinger
of...
burger's trademarked. I don't think we can call it that.
Oh, right.
But we can still go TFC.
Yeah, we go TFC. And as you say, you can marinate that overnight if you want, or...
Exactly, yeah. So here I am just marinating a couple there, and we get them on then.
And nice and healthy, chicken fillets, very nice and lean.
Exactly, really lean. So it tastes quite indulgent, but actually, you know, it's really... It's a perfectly good midweek meal or an alternative to your usual barbecue, you know what I mean? So we're going to get... I obviously don't have a barbecue in the studio with me.
Well, why not? You couldn't brag about
hole in the
it.
ceiling.
I do my best, but that's just beyond my capabilities.
I know.
So I'm going to just use a griddle pan instead. And I have it good and hot there, so we're just going to pop it down. You want to hear that little bit of a sizzle. And if you can put it with the flat side down, then you'll get that nice little kind of griddle mark like you get from the barbecue.
Okay.
All right? So that's the first bit done. And next up, we need to make special sauce. I think that's what it's called.
Special sauce,
yes.
That's right, yeah.
So, and again, we want a little bit of a tang. It's a mayonnaise-based sauce. So we're going to start with some mayonnaise. Just a nice big squeeze of mayo. And then I have a little bit of mustard. And some tomato relish as well for that little bit of sweetness as well. So a little balance of flavours here is nice. And a bit of mustard. I'll go a little bit easier on the mustard.
Now, would you be a mustard fan on the burger? Would you?
Massively so, yeah.
Would you? Yeah.
Well, this
and any kind, whether it be the Dijon or the American mustard or the English mustard.
Yeah.
I draw the line at a grain. I don't like the grain mustard.
Oh, whole grain. I like it in
nice
some
smooth.
context.
Anyway, this is going to be tangy and tasty and gorgeous.
Yes, exactly. And this way, actually, just on the mustard, you know, everything's in there for you, so you're not messing about with mustard and ketchup, etc., etc. So I just put some garlic granules in there, which are just dried garlic granules, basically. They just are in the, you know, where you get your spices in the supermarket. And a little bit of smoked paprika there. And give that a mix around until you get that nice kind of pinky sauce. Just give it a nice mix.
That is Tara's secret sauce.
Yes.
Yes.
So
our secret sauce,
the
not special
Cajun's going to
sauce.
bring a little bit of...
A little bit of the US.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A little bit of a bang as well.
Yeah. Or the paprika, I should say, is bringing...
that smoky, barbecue-y kind of flavour to it. Yeah, absolutely. And I might just pop another little bit of mayo in there. So super simple. The whole idea with this is that you could just throw it together. For me in lockdown, I live in Termonfeckin, and I want to be able to get all my ingredients in the village, if you see what I mean. So this is everything I could get. So that is my special sauce
But I
ready
like
there.
the fact that you can make that sauce up and you can actually put that into a bottle and people, rather than going for ketchup and then mustard and then the thing.
That's a cool idea.
Isn't it good?
Absolutely.
Put your little special sauce label on
Yes.
it.
Yeah, and then charge people for it.
Door to door. Don't want to buy me sauce.
Yeah.
And over here, I have a couple of chicken fillets that have been cooking away just before we got started. So I'm just going to pop a brioche bun on top. So for me, the brioche buns, I don't love them with there's been a bit of debate about brioche buns. I don't love them with a beef burger because they're quite rich, and then a beef burger is quite rich. But I love them with the chicken because it just gives a bit more
Bit more
richness
flavour.
to.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to just pop them on here and let them toast a little bit and warm through.
You just want to heat them, really, don't you, Tara? Or
Yeah,
do
exactly.
you want them char grill on them?
Just a tiny bit of wood
Yeah,
if you can. Yeah.
Okay.
Like on the barbecue, you put them on for a couple of seconds and they're really hot straight away, you know. And then I have a few nice little toppings here. So I have. So some of the things that kind of elevate you from just having, you know, like a takeaway burger is a really good cheese, really nice vine tomatoes, you know, all nice fresh toppings for it. And the really good mature cheddar. Yeah,
what is that?
It's a mature cheddar. And I was tempted to bring, I have a gorgeous vintage Gouda at home as well. I was tempted to bring that either.
Yeah.
So lovely, tasty kind of cheese that adds a little bit of extra kind of dimension to everything
Gouda,
there. Yeah.
beautiful cheese.
Dutch, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
So let's get this plated up.
It's
so we
very
want to
Gouda.
layer everything up nicely. It's very Gouda.
Very good, yeah. So secret sauce.
Yeah, a little bit of the secret sauce going on. And then we'll layer some onto the next layer as well. Next up then we have our chicken. So it's
And just in
been...
terms of the chicken and it being cooked, how can people check it's cooked?
Well, look, the best thing to do, I think, I mean, you can buy meat thermometers for the barbecue and that.
Oh, right, okay.
But for me, I actually just have a look, you know, just cut it in half
cut it
and
open.
check. Yeah.
Okay.
And then you can see a little bit of charring then on the burger bun on the top, which is nice as well. And we'll turn that off now. So it's well and truly kind of, it's been very important to kind of get it nice and hot, which is what gives us that nice char on it.
Okay.
And keeps all the juices in as well.
Very good.
So let's layer up the rest of it. So let's have our cheese. So the cheese you want to just kind of melt in a little bit. You can see this cheese is really crumbly, really flavoured, absolutely gorgeous. And actually, sometimes I put the cheese on while it's still on the barbecue just for the last moment or two, just to let it melt in. So we'll pop it on there. And then a little bit of crunchy lettuce, and again, these are the things that elevated from your takeaway. You know, we have a nice little gem crisp lettuce there, nice and fresh.
I've been up at the school, Tara, up at your house, and you live in a beautiful part of the country. Do you grow a lot of the stuff around the house? Do you grow on your own
actually,
veg?
I didn't used to because I always used all my local providers, and we have a lovely farm shop. But since lockdown, yes, I've loads of raised beds out the back now.
Yeah.
And I'm growing. I have tomatoes. These are not my own tomatoes. My tomatoes aren't ready yet, and lettuce and a few different fruits. I've got strawberries and peas and things like that. Yeah, so it's lovely if you can, but at the same time, I am not enough of a horticulturist.
I know, yeah.
To grow everything that I would need. But
you'd
it's
love
nice.
to, you'd love to.
And now a few nice little
That's a
slices.
stackable burger, that, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Of
Are we
red
going to
onion?
open our mouth wide enough for that?
Oh,
now?
don't you worry, son.
do that.
That would be quite easily done.
And I'm going to pop another layer
Sure, go on, sure. It's
of
Saturday.
So we bookend it
Tara
nicely.
special sauce on top. And then I brought these little things. These are handy if you were serving up just little cocktail sticks that holds everything in place.
Well, we are going to utterly destroy that in about 20 seconds, but
yes, indeed.
thank you, Tara.
You're
That's
very
a cracking
welcome.
little
Here we
alternative
go.
beef burger. Look at that beauty.
That is beautiful looking. That's how a burger should look.
Yes.
That big as
Are you
well.
going to taste or
We
have
don't
you
have
time?
time.
Into it during the break.
But I'm going to destroy it now in about 30 seconds. Thank you, Tara.
Thank you, Tara. Full recipe details, as always, are up on our website. Or, of course, you can check out East Coast Cookery School for more of Tara's recipes and, indeed, cookery classes.
Smell in here is just gorgeous. A bit later, we'll have a selection of wines to team with your barbecue. Well, coming up after the break, Laura is mountain climbing as you do.